Hi. Okay, I'm going to try to do a 15-minute guide to business plans. Very quick. There'll be more detail. If you need more detail, you can always come to the Creative Entrepreneurs Club, which is www.creativeentrepreneursclub.co.uk. And there will be resources up there. There's also places that you can book appointments with advisors and find other resources and network and find online events that are happening to help small businesses in the creative sector. So very quickly, we're going to do 15-minute guide to business plan, because business plan basics aren't always set up for those who are portfolio career, small business, who are running a number of different things, or who are providing a product that's not a very straightforward buy a product type thing. So a lot of the templates don't cover that. Okay, so business plan basics. First section, overview. Business name, address, the legal status of the business, like are you self-employed, are you a limited company? Then a clear, short couple of sentences about what the business does. That's your statement. Then a vision statement. Now the vision statement is the difference your company will make, basically what your company aspires to be when it achieves whatever it's after. So the Alzheimer's Association, for example, their vision statement is a world without Alzheimer's. Then a mission statement. The mission statement is how you will do the thing that makes the difference that you've set up in the vision statement. So it's sometimes focused on actions or things you'd like to achieve, and the way that you will do them. So it gives a bit more detail in how you'll do it. So for example, Warby Parker, who are an ethical spectacle company in America, say that their mission statement is to offer designer eyewear at a revolutionary price while leading the way for socially conscious business. So there's like 3 things in there that they're being clear about. Then you might want to put in this first section, a chart that shows the structure of who's responsible for what. So that might be, you've got 3 main components in a business: marketing and sales, operations and delivery, and finance. So these are your 3 sections. They might all be you, but that's fine, just say so. Or you might have employees, in which case you want to talk about department structure and who's responsible to who. Or you might be bringing in freelancers. Whatever it is, just be specific. Then in the second section, you want to look at, we would maybe call this your message or your offer. What problem does your company solve for its customers? Now, this is often really challenging for creative businesses to think about, but you need to remember that the desire for a beautiful piece of jewellery is still a problem. Like, this outfit doesn't look right without, or I don't have something that is blah, blah. This is still a problem that the customer needs solved. It's a lifestyle problem if you're working in that area, but it's maybe not like a plumbing problem, but it's still an issue. So define the pain point that you're dealing with, define the problem that you're solving. This is really important for you to know. Then look at what results does your company create for the customer. Now, by results, what that means is they go home with something that can be worn in 20 different ways, or they go home with something which is handcrafted, or, the actual end product of what happens for the company, for the customer. It might be about self-expression, it might be about physical fitness, if it's a movement, if you're like a dance company. So there's lots of different things that might go into the result. Then, and this is important, how does the company create those results? Like, in what way do you do that? How do you provide? I say if you're a dance company, are you providing regular weekly workshops? Or, how is it that the company, creates the results? Regular weekly workshops with specialist staff, that kind of thing. Then we've got who does the... why do you do what you do? And that sounds like a really huge question, but you're just letting them know how well you do the thing you do. So talk about your training or your experience or your vision, and why the field that you're working in is someplace where you should be doing business. So again, if you were a dance company, You could be saying, well, dance is someplace where sport meets art. It's an excellent crossover activity for anyone that wants to use their body and their brain. Or you might say dance is a growth sector, and as people become more aware about the health benefits, because that's a statistic. So why do you do what you do? Why should customers choose you over their competitors? Now, what that might mean is that you're talking about how you deliver it, or the unique thing about you, and or your location, or the way in which you deliver something or make something. But it's the thing about going, what's the actual reason you think that people are attracted to the thing that you do rather than to somebody else? Do not be shy about this bit. Properly be clear about that. Then you might want a brief step-by-step plan for creating the results that you just said that your company is going to create for the customers. It doesn't have to be detailed. It's just you showing that you understand what steps you're going to work through to achieve the success that you've said you want to achieve. That's all it is. Third section, marketing and sales. Define your target market, and that means take a real look. It's not just anybody that likes my work, but actually have a proper look at how old are they, where are they based, what kind of income do they make, what life stage are they at, but also things like what are their relevant attitudes or desires or fears. Again, if we take the dance company example and they're running classes that are open to non-professional dancers, is it about fears around flexibility or aging? That kind of thing, any sort of attitudes, desires or fears that relate to the purchase of your product or your service. Estimate the size of your target market. Now, this can be challenging. This is really tricky. But if you are, for example, a business that's based in geography, go look at the census. It will tell you how many people of how much age live in the area that you are expecting people to commute in from. But if you're an online business, you might be thinking, or you're a business that sells products and you can post them out anywhere. You might be looking at, is the market local or national or global? Then explain, huge one this, how will you find those in real life groups of people or these online groups of people? Where are they? Where do they cluster? Do you know? Can you get to them? This is absolutely key. Then, how will people learn about you and what you do? How are you putting the word out? Is it word of mouth? Is it marketing materials online? Is it paper marketing materials? Is it advertising? What is it? Once they're aware of you, how do you establish and maintain contact with the potential clients? Are you someone who is growing an Instagram following? Are you someone who's doing a lot of business online? Are you about face-to-face and crafting relationships? How do you maintain those contacts? And then, and this is quite a big thing, how do you convert those people's awareness of your business and the fact that they know that you exist into sales, or of whatever it is that you're offering? Now, there's a link in the bio below that's quite a good set of examples of sales strategies. So you can take a look at that. But fundamentally, we just want to know, how does somebody go from being I'm wearing this there, to being a customer? Do they meet you at a certain event? Do they get a taster class? Do they, what is it? Section 4, your product or service. What is the primary product or service you sell? The main one. Now, you might sell lots of things, but let's start with what is the main thing that you're focusing that's going to be your main income generator. Okay, so describe it in a bit more detail than the first section. Then, what is the result of the product or service creates? Now, the result is the difference that the customer sees in their life relating to the fact that they have purchased the thing that you do. Now, that might be a problem solved, or it might be about better health, or it could be anything. But the thing is, you have to know that thing is what you're really selling to your customers. So when artists and makers tend to describe their work, they tend to describe the features of the work. It is inspired by, it uses these materials, it uses these processes. When somebody buys from you, customers tend to describe the benefit to them of the purchase, not the specifics of the purchase. So they will say, I bought this gorgeous handmade bag because it's exactly the right size for so-and-so, or it goes with this outfit, or I really like to support local makers. They will have reasons that are benefits to them. So that's the thing you need to really nail. Then the next thing you need to know a bit more about is the impact of the thing that you sell. Now that's not the, it sounds like it's the same as a result, but it's not. The impact is about how the customer's life is different because of the result. So if they have better health and they are going to, because they've gone to a dance class, like they might become more confident in their movement due to coordination increase or weight loss. They might have become more sociable because they have been in a class of people learning things. See what I mean? Then you go back and you repeat these 3 steps for all of the products or services that you offer that are related to this business. Section 5, market awareness and resilience. There are going to be things that are threatening to your business, and it's really important to let the person, don't do like, I'm not going to mention them and I hope that means that you won't think about them. They will think about them. Let the person reading it know that you know that there are risks in your marketplace and there are measures that you have put in place to deal with them. Literally just list any significant risks or threats in the business. Like if you work alone and you are suddenly unable to work, how does the business survive that financially and in terms of delivery? Then list your measures that are going to deal with each of those risks. So I have excellent networks and I will bring in freelance workers from my excellent professional networkers to cover this. Then have a think about how well do you know your market. Like prove, it's not that you have to know everything about it, but outline any research or experience that you have with your market and with your sector and explain how you'll be able to assess the marketplace when you're entering it. Like you might know that your particular sector, there are a lot of organisations and one particular organisation offering something that looks like a major, like in competition with what you are offering. So then you have to be really clear about what are you doing to offset that risk. Are you undercutting their price? Do you offer something that is discernibly different and you've moved your offer so it doesn't look like it's right in direct competition? These are the things. Then you want projections. So projections are, every business plan is just a business guess. You just want to show it's an informed guess. Okay, so it's really hard to make projections when you're a new business and you don't have lots of data. So what you want to do is you want to set realistic goals in the projection section. So the goals might be like number of sales, total amount of income, the amount of customers, or how widely people your sales message got out there, or it might be about development. It might be about how you develop as a creative, or it might be about how the company itself develops, or it might be about how the offer develops. And then you put a date for when each of these should be achieved. And then you go back the next day and you look at those dates and you check whether you've been realistic. Don't give yourself something horrible that like 17 things you have to achieve on month 6. It's just too hard. Finally, financials. You need a financial forecast of the income and expenditure of the business. You need a sales forecast to break down what you estimate you'll earn from all the different things you do in the business. And you need a cash flow prediction to show that you know that there might be months where the money coming in is not the same as the money going out and that you've worked out how to deal with that. Again, there is a really excellent link to a download and an instruction video that you can have in the link below this. That's everything you need to know for a business plan. Okay, if you have any questions about that, get in touch with the Creative Entrepreneurs Club and we will give you more help.